Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Thursday the 30th of October 2025. Well, it is ram-packed with news today, I will tell you that. There's so much news today, it's all varied as well, so let's just get into it. We start off with two stories from Alex Neil from the southernnews.co.uk, who of course publish today on a Thursday. If you're out and about and you see it there on the newsstands, why not pick up a copy? Because, you know, they do have other stuff that you don't see online, little bits and pieces. We should have absolutely no fear. Alex Neil on handling increased expectations after Mill's best start in 17 years. Mill's best start to a season since the 2008-9 season should mean a lot to the club, Alex Neil said. The Lions have won their last four games, all against teams currently in the top half of the championship, by a combined margin of 7-1. Neil's side caps off the run with a convincing 1-0 win over Leicester City at the Den last Saturday, their third consecutive home clean sheet. Millwall are now third in the championship on 23 points. The last time the Lions reached that points tally after 12 games was 17 years ago, when Kenny Jackett led Millwall to the League One playoffs, where they lost 3-2 to Scunthorpe. The Scottish head coach was asked about that record by News at 10. It should mean a lot to the club, it should certainly mean a lot to the players. For me though, my focus is on the next game. Stats are irrelevant really, as far as I'm concerned. What's done is done, because I won't be judged on what's done now, I'll be judged on what I do next, and it's always the next game. Mill fans had high expectations heading into the campaign after the Lions narrowly missed out on the playoffs on the final day last season. Those expectations were not met in the opening 2 months. Millwall lost their first 3 league games at home, conceding 9 goals in the process, leaving them firmly mid-table. What I would say, so the expectations, I don't think it came from, we nearly made it last year. It came from the club buying players. It came from the club spending money. It's like, whoa, what the fuck is this? What's going on? We're spending 2 million, 3 million. Whoa, whoa. How much money are we going to spend? Wow, what is going on? And that's where the expectations come from. Investment in the team. Because, it was, you would see the records, transfer record in and out. Transfer record paid, transfer record fee received. And for many, many, many years, it was Paul Goddard, £800,000. When was that? Was that 1990? Was that 1989? And that was the record for many years until literally a couple of years ago. So I think that's where the expectations have come from. Where we did have a good season, and then we've spent more money to bring in even better players. It's like, well, here we go. However, Mill have been perfect since a 4-0 loss to Coventry City at the start of the month, which has naturally raised expectations again. When you're doing well, you're winning matches, so I think you naturally create an environment where there's an expectation attached to it. But what I've said, and I've said it repeatedly to the players and outwardly a few times, if you want to be a good team, you want to be a top team, you need to be able to handle and cope with that pressure of expectancy. Because, that's what the top teams have. And that's the difference between being okay and being in the middle of the road, or being somebody that's trying to win things, certainly. We want to go into that bracket. The problem you've got sometimes is that, expectation manifests itself as fear. And we should have absolutely zero fear. All we try to do is our best to try and win. If we come up short sometimes, we'll take it on the chin and we'll try and win the next one. And that's how I view it. I don't have any fear or failure of what it might look like. I hope the players are the same. So there you go. Yes, we fear no foe. I believe is the line to summarise that. Like, what are you afraid of? You're afraid of winning? You're afraid of losing? What happens if you lose? You lose. What are you afraid of? Like, bro. Like, what's... Who cares? Who cares? Now, moving on to this, also from the Southern News and also regarding comments from Alex Neil. Mill boss outlines message for players outside his current starting 11. Alex Neil explained how he handles playing time expectations after settling on a consistent starting 11 in recent weeks. Neil's fielded an almost unchanged lineup over the past 3 games, with rotation only enforced by injuries, and Mill have won every game in that span. The front 3 of Mihailo Ivanovic, Turno Ballo and Femi Aziz have played in every game since the international break, as have the back 4 of Ryan Leonard, Tristan Kramer, Jake Cooper and Zach Sturge. Long-term injuries suffered by Massimo Luongo and Will Smallbone, as well as an illness contracted by Billy Mitchell, have led to rotation in midfield. Neil was asked by News at 10 how he manages the expectations of players who have not been starting. Well, the other guys are doing really well, so you've got to work to get yourself into the team. As simple as that. The lads are reasonable, it's not as if I'm making unreasonable decisions. I think everybody can see it for themselves, that the lads who are currently in the team have done really well. Any of the other lads that want to get into the team, listen, 1, you need to bide your time. And 2, when you do get your opportunity, then it's on to you to prove, listen, I can do a really good job and I should get my chance. And it's really quite straightforward, football is not that complicated, there are no agendas, everybody's got a fair shot, and the rest is down to them. Exactly, I mean, look at what Femi Aziz has done. Absolutely outstanding. Wow. So yeah. Now, moving on to this. This is a bit confusing. So this is a story that popped up today on millfc.co.uk, the club's official website, and picture you can see there. They've just started putting in the safe standing. But when they announced this before in the summer, the way they wrote the article then kind of suggested that they would be installing it over the international break in this month. But they didn't do that, because they had from the home game against West Bromwich Albion on the 4th, and we didn't play at home again until the 21st, so there was a lot of time to do that, and then they didn't do it. We turned up to the Stoke game, we didn't see it there. And then some people say, oh, maybe the Leicester game, but then that was, it was Tuesday, Saturday, so why would they rush to do it, to get it for the Leicester game? That made no sense. And now we find out that they're doing it after the Leicester game, and they've just done it now. So yeah, Mill commences work to introduce safe standing at the Den. Safe standing renovations at the Den have now commenced, which is aimed at enhancing the matchday experience while maintaining the highest safety standards. The decision to implement safe standing follows extensive consultation with the Sports Ground Safety Authority, Safety Advisory Group and Mill Supporters Club. The installation began following the visit of Leicester City on Saturday the 25th of October, in line with SGSA guidance. The phased rollout includes the North Stand upper blocks 21 to 26, rows A to J, rails allowing 1,086 supporters to stand. That's the away fans. That's North Stand upper, if you didn't know, that's the away fans. Dockers upper, which used to be called the East Stand, blocks 20, 19 and 18, rows A to T, seats 156 to 168 in block 18 only, rails allowing 1,007 supporters to stand. Supporters affected by the change have been contacted directly and will be offered the opportunity to move towards alternative seating areas subject to availability. For fans who currently sit in those areas, safe standing does not mean seats will be removed, but a rail will be installed in front of the seat and those in that area will be required to remain in their allocated place. The capacity of the Den will not increase and ticket prices will not be affected. The club has communicated directly with supporters whose seats will be affected by this change. Supporters with season tickets in the safe standing area who wish to relocate due to these changes have been offered the opportunity to move to alternative seating areas subject to availability. Likewise, fans interested in moving into the new safe standing sections can register their interest and the club will endeavour to accommodate as many requests as possible. It goes on and on and on. Safe standing is something we've been considering for some time, and our fans who travel to away matches will see it being installed across the country, said Mark Fairbrother, managing director at the Den. Given the nature of the den, following extensive consultation with relevant safety authorities, we are looking to phase this installation into areas where fans predominantly stand already. We've had some very good conversations with supporters as part of this, and we'd like to thank the MSC for their engagement with the club as part of this process. We understand that safe standing may not be for everyone, and we will do our utmost to accommodate supporters in other areas of the ground should they wish. Likewise, with only limited areas being phased in during the coming season, should fans wish to relocate to these areas, we'll try to accommodate as many as we can. If you have any queries regarding the introduction of safe standing, please contact Alex Russell, Support Liaison Officer below, which is the email is slo@millfc.co.uk. And if you want to register your interest, you contact the ticket office. So we got some pictures. You can see them there. It's a very thin rail. Now, why are they? They're not doing this. They're not doing this. This is not the terraces coming back. This is not what this is. It's not what this is. It's because people are standing in the upper tiers, and it's dangerous. You may remember a Cardiff fan went over the top, and various people have fallen down the stairs and stuff. So, but obviously, I guess they still fall down the stairs now. But obviously, in terms of seating and falling down the seats, this is what that's trying to stop. But again, we can't. Let's spin through these pictures. That picture's not the best. So, at what level is that bar? Because I would imagine there's going to be a height where it's going to be fucking annoying, and it's going to restrict your view somewhat. But if you're a short arse or if you're a tall boy, I would imagine probably doesn't affect you. But in the middle, Goldilocks, you're probably going to be staring at a steel bar. So, yeah, there you go. And not only that, but... So what are the people going to try and stand on that now? Are they going to try and swing on it? Kids are going to be swinging on it like a monkey? And fly kick people? Like, what's going on now? Again... Yeah, I'm not too sure about this, to be honest, but again, we'll see how it works. I don't sit in that area of the stand. I generally sit either blocks 1 or 2, or blocks 5 or 6. I have sat all around the stand, all around the ground. Even back in the day, Setanta Sports Hero, when the away fans got banned, I was sitting in the away section when they sold that to try and create some kind of atmosphere. I've sat all round, so I don't think I would choose. Maybe I should give it a go. Actually, maybe I should try it, but before I slag it off, maybe I should. But we'll see how we go. Now, this game was on Tuesday. It's now Thursday, but we have got a match report from the under-21s game where they lost at home to Charlton. It's a pretty detailed match report, so I'll forgive them their tardiness in that regard, as we got some good information. So, Millwall under-21s took on Charlton Athletic under-21s at Calmont Road in a 6-goal thriller. It wasn't 3-3 though, it was 4-2 to Charlton. Mill started off the stronger of the two sides, almost opening the scoring in the first 2 minutes after Zach Lovelace drove at the Charlton backline and laid it off to AJ Matthews, who saw a powerful shot blocked. The ball then ricocheted back to Lovelace, but the winger couldn't convert, with his subsequent effort going just over. The young Lions maintained momentum in the early stages of the first half, with Matthews going close again after some excellent pressure saw him intercept the ball following a poor back pass from Josh Lakaratabua and fire a close-range effort at goal, which was blocked again. The visitors' first chance came just after the quarter-hour mark through Ibrahim Fuller, who drove into space and fired a low-driven strike at goal from the edge of the box, but it was comfortably collected by the trialist keeper. I wonder if he's related to Ricardo Fuller. I don't know. It was Frankie Baker's turn to see a shot blocked as last season's top goal scorer received the ball after some great work from Rahis Bangor Williams, saw him win the ball back and lay it off to Baker, whose opportunity resulted in a corner. Matthews was tripped in the box by Kai Enslin as the resulting corner came in, leading to the ref pointing to the spot. The man who won it made no mistake as his powerful penalty down the middle opened the scoring at Calmont Road. 13 minutes later, Kevin Nugent's men also almost made it 2, as Daniel Kelly played a brilliant outside of the through ball to Lovelace, who raced in on goal but failed to convert as Lennon McClurg in the Reds' goal saved with his chest. 2 defensive mix-ups in 4 minutes saw the game be turned on its head, with Henry Ryler intercepting Bangor Williams' back pass and seeing a close-range effort saved before the ball fell kindly to Fuller, who placed the ball into the empty net to level proceedings. It was the same combination of plays involved as Haddocks made it 2-1, with Ryler winning the ball off the Mill defence and squaring it to Fuller for an almost parallel goal. A minute before the break, Baker exhibited some excellent forward play, winning a free kick 25 yards from goal on the left flank. The resulting set piece was an excellent Alfie Doughty delivery, which was whipped straight onto the head of Harry Taylor, who towered over the Charlton defence to send a strong header into the top right corner. Bosh! Millwall began the half stronger, dominating for a large period, with the best of the chances falling to Baker, who took the ball down from a Sheldon Kendall cross and fired a volley just wide. Both teams had half chances across the following 20 minutes, but no major chances until the 80th minute, when some excellent footwork from Ruben Reid saw him get through the Millwall defence, but his following close-range effort was well saved at the trialist keeper's near post. The resulting corner was whipped in by Enslin, and it met the head of Ethan Brown, who found the bottom corner to make it 3-2 to Charlton. Boo! 6 minutes later, Bangor Williams almost brought the scores back level, heading just wide from a jet dire cross. Ruben Reid secured the 3 points for the visitors with a minute left as he found space in the final third to drive towards goal and fire into the bottom left corner. Millwall Under-21's next fixture sees them travel to Bristol City on the 4th of November, kick-off at 1 p.m. And here's the Millwall team. We don't have the subs that were made, but in goal was a trialist who I told you the other day was named on the team sheet, but not in social media and not on Millwall's website here, as Ronnie Sandford. So interesting, like I said, but they name him on the team sheet at the training ground where the game is watched by agents and scouts and all that, but they don't name him publicly. So that is interesting. And then we've got McNamara, Doughty, Kelly, Harry Taylor, Caleb Taylor, Lovelace, Bangor Williams, Matthews, Frankie Baker, Howland, and the subs were Indicum, who is a goalkeeper, Beaumont, Kendall, Dyer, Whitby. And I believe all 4 of those did make it onto the pitch. So there you go. So wasn't that's delightful, isn't that delightful? What a great match report. Now, moving on to this. I told you about this way ago, when they were selling the tickets for it. It's sold out. Always sells out. It's very, this is when they do the special tours. Obviously, they do the junior tours, but they do Halloween tours and they do Christmas tours. They are well worth the effort and the little amount of money that you have to pay. I think it's something like 10 quid. It's insane how cheap it is. So, yeah, as the headline says, Mill fans enjoy Halloween tours at the Den. 4 members of Mill's first team squad attended the Lions Halloween Stadium tours across 2 days in SC16, with Josh Coburn and Lucas Jensen present on Tuesday. Thursday's tour saw Mihailo Ivanovic and Tristan Kramer in attendance as they surprised the junior Lions on their journey around the Den before helping with judging the best fancy dress competitions and more, including junior Lions receiving their chance to ask the pair questions. Take a look at the gallery from Thursday's tour below, and we hope you had a wonderful time. So you can see, look at the effort they made. They've got squash on. They got, looks like lemon barley squash and orange squash on there. Sweeties, little treats and stuff, pencils, drawing. There's Ivanovic there, turning up. There's the fancy dress. Why not? Why not? Fancy dress. Just come dressed as Sid Nelson. Tristan Kramer there. Backwards baseball cap. Why not? Why not? French style there. And there you go. There he is. With the backwards baseball cap and the Millwall gilet. And a hoodie underneath that. Why not? Why not? There you go. Pumpkin face. Very good. Very good. There's a screen. No. Look at that. Is that the? I thought that was the. Was it from the Scream movies? The ghost face from the Scream movies. Glitter face. Pat Butcher? No, I'm joking. There you go. And they put cobwebs on the players thing, and there you go. That's the source of the COVID, the Wuhan bat. There he is there. What's that? So they've gone to the effort of each. That's a screen. I assume that's a screen. And they've gone to the effort of putting a Halloween themed graphic above all of the players' lockers. Wow. And we're back to the beginning. So there you go. Yeah, you keep an eye out on these if you've got kids. These seem to be really good things to attend. So yeah, there you go. Now, more players doing more things. So this is from millwallfc.co.uk. Emakhu and Neghli visit St Paul's, not the cathedral, the football ground where Fisher FC play, which was run by Millwall Community Trust, and I think Fisher are taking it over next year. Millwall Community Trust player ambassadors Emakhu and Neghli visited our St Paul's Sports Ground Rotherhithe holiday camp. Millwall Community Trust runs in excess of 100 football and multi-sport courses across 13 weeks of the year in the London boroughs of Lewisham, Southwark and Sevenoaks District. As a registered charity, all proceeds go back into Millwall Community Trust's work at the heart of the community. Neghli and Emakhu started their visit by watching their children take part in a small-sided football activities before encouraging them from the sidelines. After this, the children were given the opportunity to ask the duo questions they've always wanted to know the answer to. Following the Q&A, Neghli and Emakhu made themselves available to sign shirts, programmes and other memorabilia which children will get to keep. Wow. Nick Farrell, Football and Sports Development Officer at Millwall Community Trust, summed up the event beautifully, stating, "What an unbelievable afternoon for the children at St Paul's Sports Ground today. The impact these sort of sessions can have on children is massive. Thank you to Camille Neghli and Emakhu for coming down and inspiring the next generation." Fantastic stuff there. Now, moving on to talking about the next generation. The academy goalkeepers enjoy a session at Calmont Road. I told you we were doing all sorts of things today, weren't I? So again, this is from millfc.co.uk. Been very busy today. Goalkeepers from Millwall's academy sides will welcome the Calmont Road on Thursday morning as they watch the first team and under 21s goalkeepers session. Obviously, we're in the half term, so I guess they use the opportunity to bring the kids in and show them that this is the next level up. This is professional football. The young goalkeepers watched Max Crocombe, Lucas Jensen, Joel Coleman, Casper Lindner and Justin Nidcombe to put through their paces by the first team goalkeeping coach Dean Thornton and academy goalkeeper coach Tyler McCarthy. who are the ones in the dark tops. Watching on and listening to Fulton's explanation of drills and tips to take into their sessions, the young goalkeepers compared opinions on favourite glove brands and assessing techniques when making key saves with the senior keepers. After the session, lead academy goalkeeping coach McCarthy said, this was a fantastic experience for our academy goalkeepers to attend this session and watch the professional goalkeepers in action. Hopefully this can further inspire the next generation of goalkeepers coming through the system and to witness a professional session up close. A huge thanks to Dean and for the lads for having them down to what I'm sure will be a very memorable day for our goalies. Yeah. Here's the thing though, I had a thought while I was reading this. So obviously, it's advantageous if you're a goalkeeper to be tall, to be above 6 foot. If you're not, that's not that good. Like, you can still be a good goalkeeper, but it would be better if you were above 6 foot. So how does that work if you're a junior goalkeeper? Like, it's very specialised. These kids are putting in the effort to get good at goalkeeping at a very young age. But what if they don't grow? What if they don't have a growth spurt? What if they don't go to above 6 foot? And they've already been, for so many years, training hard and being a good goalkeeper. And they just don't grow as tall as they probably would want. So, I mean, if you are doing that, probably you should look at how to grow. I think there's some like vitamin D or some kind of thing about because there's like Mongolians, they're a lot taller than the other, your Chinese and your Japanese. Yeah, and the reason why they think is that because they eat a lot of dairy, they eat a lot of yogurt and yak's milk and shit like that. So, and they think, it's vitamin D and maybe calcium as well. I don't know. Obviously, where your Chinese and your Japanese, they eat a lot of rice, don't they? So, yeah. One thing to mention, it's good doing all this training and dedicating yourself at a young age to be a goalkeeper, but you need to grow as well. Otherwise, it's all for naught, innit? Talking of the youth, they're advertising for a part-time under-13s head coach. And here we go. So I told you they were busy. Millwall, fc.co.uk, the club's official website. Millwall Football Club's academy is seeking an under-13s head coach part-time. The primary focus of the lead under-13s coach will be to play a key role in delivering the how we play, coach and support strategies of Millwall Football Club's academy to aid the under-13s player development and to lead the play-do review process of the under-13s training and matchday programs. For a full job description, see below. So it's under 13s, that's 12 years old, so this will be like the first year of secondary school. So let's have a little look at this, what they're going on about. So this is the job description. Obviously it's based in Wellhall Training Ground, Cribrook Lane, Elton, which is where the academies train. You're responsible to Daniel Milner, who's the head of academy coaching. The training sessions are Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 hours, 5 to 7, and then Saturday and Sunday fixtures an hour. 2 hours, 9. Obviously, it's a 90-minute game. Of course, it's 2 hours. 9 to 11. So that doesn't include travelling time. So it works out around 9 hours per week, and they're paying you £20 an hour. Yeah, so there you go. Training, match minutes, review, kitman labs. You got to do all this kind of paperwork stuff as well. But then, how do you do that? Is that part of your hours, or is that you got to do that in your own time, not get paid for that? Here's what you need though. Now remember, this is for an under 13s coach. A UEFA B licence and youth award, which costs thousands of pounds to get. Experience in coaching academy football, so you do need experience. Experience of leading an academy age group or assisting at youth development, whatever that is, YDP, I don't know what that YDP is. Demonstrate professionalism and high standards. Knowledge and understanding of EPPP requirements. Knowledge and understanding of the requirements of player development through the youth development pathway. Is that what that means? Organisational qualities to plan, meet deadlines, and keep accurate records within administrative tasks. Good communication skills to deliver and support key messages and sustain positive working relationships with the wider under 13s team and YDP staff. Values of the academy: attitude, selfless, positive, integrity, respect, and excellence, which spells out aspire. And finally, from a self-governance perspective, the successful candidate should be resilient, self-aware, and open to sharing information. Desired requirements, qualifications, so they're doing it again. UEFA A licence. This is minimum, so essential. You have to have the B licence, but it would be better if you had the A licence, which costs even more money to get. They don't mention. Maybe I skipped it. They don't. You need the old. Was it DBS? Obviously, you're working with kids, so. How to apply? Please apply via the iRecruit website, which is an EFL website. iRecruit.efl.com. So if you're interested in that, if you have the qualifications, DBS at the bottom it says DBS. Closing date is Wednesday the 12th of November, so 2 weeks away. So there you go. If you're interested in that, you know someone who is, there you go. Not only that, they are hiring a groundsperson. Not groundsman. Groundsperson. The role holder will assist in the club's pitch maintenance program and ensure the delivery of an excellent playing service. The groundsperson will be based mainly at Calmont Road, BR1, working within the grounds management team. For a full job description, see below. If you want to apply, you have to complete the application form and send it to recruit@millfc.co.uk. So let's have a look at this then. So £25,000 plus benefits. And those benefits include all the grass cuttings you can eat. Obviously based at Calmont Road Training Ground. Hours of work, 35 hours per week over 7 days. This is a full-time job. These can include evenings, weekends and bank holidays. So yeah. Carrying out grounds maintenance to the training pitches, stadium pitch and associated grounds, divoting and repairing of pitches after matches and training sessions, undertaking maintenance of grass areas, hedgerows, trees and shrubs, operating machinery and equipment associated with sports pitch and grounds maintenance as instructed, ensuring the machinery and equipment is used correctly and kept clean, and when not in use put back into appropriate storage locations. Again, that sounds like a line that they've put in after the last guy that they've just fired. It's like, okay, can you stick this into the job description so we don't get another Wally who's, goes to the McDonald's drive-through on the fucking lawnmower. Other duties and responsibilities as required by line manager. Heavy lifting. You've got to lift 25 kilos of grass seed. That's a lot. Frost covers deployment. Irrigation, operation, watering duties, upholding and promoting the club's policies, procedures, health and safety, etc., etc., etc. What do you need? So essential, bare minimum, experience in working on professional sports pitches or amenity horticulture. So this is not an entry-level job. Competent level of numeracy and literacy. Excellent communication skills. Detail-orientated, good forward thinking. Able to work effectively in a team willing to work unsociable hours which will include evenings and weekends, and have a flexible approach to tasks and the ability to work to tight deadlines. Now, desired requirements are PA1, 2A, and 6 spraying certificates. What the fuck is that? I guess that means you know how to use chemicals, and you're allowed to use them. I guess you've been shown how to use them, and you know how to use them. I guess that's what that means. Qualified with an NVQ level 2 in sports turf management or equivalent qualification. Again, this is desired. It's not essential, but that's how many thousands of pounds is that? Wow. A full UK driving licence or ability to travel to various locations due to the demands of the role. So, do you drive, or can you get your mum to give you a lift? And as mentioned, you have to go to you have to get the application form from Mill's website, and then you have to email it at recruit@millfc.co.uk. The closing date is Friday the 14th of November, so 2 weeks away. So again, do you know anyone? Sharing is caring. There you go. Now, moving on to this. Millwall's military veteran team meet Finnish outfit. Finished? He's not finished. He's only 28. Millwall Community Trust military veteran football team, in partnership with Military Veteran Football Club, played Sexy Point FC from Finland on Saturday prior to the Lions clash against Leicester City. The programme, in partnership with Military Veteran Football Club, provides ex-forces personnel from across London an opportunity to play football via access to Millwall Community Trust's Indoor Lions Centre 3G on Thursdays between 6 and 7. Sexy Poxter is a football club from Laxolehti in Espoo, Finland. The club was formed in 1985 and currently plays in the Kakkonen, the fourth level of Finnish football. Wow. With their home ground based at the Laxolehden, you're taking a piss with these names, man. The Laxolehden Orrepisto, which is, they put in brackets, Laxolehto Sports Park. Why couldn't you just say that? Why are you showing off? The Finnish side toured London and completed their trip with a visit to Millwall, playing in 2 very competitive matches, with Millwall winning one and Sexy Point FC winning the other. Former Millwall FC defender Mark Phillips played for the military veteran and partner side and showed excellent levels of experience and leadership. Well, you're admitting it. You played a ringer. John Scarborough, Millwall Community Trust Education Manager, said, it was great to host Mike's famous Finnish national veterans champions at the Lions Centre against our Military Veteran Football Club programme team, and also against the Millwall Community All-Star team. Both games were carried out with real competitive high-level edge and well supported by all teams, and watching the game straight after. Also, a huge thanks to Jill and the RBL again for their fantastic military veteran themed coffee mornings they put on, and a huge respect to Mark Phillips, who dusted his boots off to support the military veteran and community trust all stars and bring that connection to Millwall Football Club. Mike Warner, member of Sexy Point FC in Finland, said, it was a great pleasure to come and play against the Millwall Military Vets at the New Den, and afterwards, what a brilliant team performance from Millwall as they beat Leicester City. The Vets games are very competitive, and we ended up winning one game and losing the other. A great day out and a traditional pie and mash for lunch. A big thanks to John Scarborough and his team for making it possible. So there you go. Now, moving on to this. This is a 2-parter, but this is the end. We're near the end now. So we got this from Southern News, and then we're going to have another thing after this. Millwall scout visits Istanbul and gives his assessment of the talent in the Turkish Super League. What's he doing in Istanbul? Is he going to come back with a full Barnet, yeah? Is that what he's just pretending to go out there scouting the Super League? But he's getting his hair done. Millwall scout Paul Cartman, yes, said the Turkish Super League has some really good young players after a scouting visit to Istanbul. Cartman networked with various clubs and toured the facilities of Galatasaray and Kas ? And Bar ? He told Fanatic about his trip. So this is from Fanatic. There's a link here to fanatic.com.tr, which I don't think that's what I got on the next page. So that's something else. Right, what's going on here now? So which matches did you watch in Turkey, and what do you think about these matches? On this trip, I was mainly focused on networking by meeting with clubs and visiting the facilities, so I only got to watch the Kazmabar Besiktas match. Despite the small crowd, I thought the fans in Turkey were very special and could create a real atmosphere. I also watched many matches played in different cities on television, and I observed that transition plays a crucial role in the Super League. Counter-attacks create many opportunities. Teams in Turkey launch fast attacks, but can sometimes lose their composure. Galatasaray are masters of defensive transitions in this regard, and I particularly admire their energy and their ability to prevent the opposition from building up play and their desire to win the ball back up front. What are the differences between the Championship and the Super League? Well, first of all, we need to look at the number of matches played in the Championship and the intense fixture schedule. We play a total of 46 league matches a season, with matches occurring almost every 3 to 4 days. This frequency of matches creates a very high level of intensity. Consequently, it can sometimes be difficult to give players adequate rest and recovery time. This can make the adaptation process particularly difficult for players coming from outside England. I've observed that players coming from Turkey also struggle with this. This is because there's usually a 7 to 8 day gap between matches in Turkey, unless they're playing in European competitions, of course, and this difference can make it a bit difficult for players to adjust to the tempo. Is there any football player in Turkey that you follow and like and add to your list? Of course. I can say that there are some really good young players in the Super League, and I think the task now for the Super League clubs is to develop those players in the right way and create an environment where they can get more playing time. As for my favourite player, I would say İlkay Gundogan, of course. I don't think we can agree personal terms to bring him to Millwall, but if he wants to spend a season in South London, our door is wide open. So again, the Millwall scout's gone over to Turkey to get air trials on, and he's gone to some games as well. Now this is the story that I got. This is from Turkish-football.com. So it seems to be okay. So we got bits and pieces that we've just seen. Oh, here we go. So they're doing the same thing. Speaking excuses to Fanatic. So I probably should have pulled up the Fanatic thing, but I didn't. So he's talking about Gundogan. Gundogan. He's saying, yeah, he wants him. He thinks he's good. High praise for Yunus Akgün. Cartman also offered detailed analysis of Yunus Akgün, the Galatasaray player currently on loan at Leicester City, suggesting the winger has significantly more to offer than English fans have seen so far. I think Yunus has the potential to be a key player for both Galatasaray and the Turkish national team for the next 5 to 10 years. I really like his energy, the scout said. In addition, Yunus can pose a serious threat in offensive transitions and make a difference with his quality in the last region. Cartman noted that the Championship is famously difficult league for players to adapt to, arguing that Akgün's full potential is yet to be unlocked in England. I think Yunus showed a stable performance, but I think England hasn't fully seen his best. If he'd been there with his testimonial, not on loan, and stayed in the team for several seasons in a row, I'm sure he'd become a top player for Leicester. Overall, the Millwall chief stressed the responsibility of Super League clubs to nurture their domestic talent. Of course, I can say that there are some really good young players in the Super League. I think the task of Super League clubs is to develop those players correctly and create an environment where they can take them more time. So there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching, and Goodbye.